There was a point not long ago where our son could wheel his wheelchair into our bathroom, and that's about all he could do there. He couldn't turn around, he couldn't use the sink, he couldn't use the toilet or get himself into the bathtub to bathe, at least not without help. And that's when we decided we needed to make a change. We realized this wasn't just inconvenient, it was going to be limiting his independence as he grew. So today, I'd like to walk you through the remodel that we recently finished and how it's completely changed our home and the way our son can operate within it. I'll talk about the things we changed and the reasons we did those changes. Our goal wasn't just to fix a problem for today, it was to make changes that will make our home more suitable for our son Finn for many years to come. In our old bathroom, after entering through a narrow doorway, there was a sink with a cabinet underneath, a toilet, and a bathtub across the end of the room. That was it. Just a little walkway from the door to the tub that allowed you access to those other parts. This didn't work well for Finn at all. His wheelchair had no room to move around, and it was nearly impossible for him to ever transfer from his wheelchair to the toilet or to the bathtub, and he couldn't really use the sink. Everything he might want to do in there required help from other people. Over time, it became obvious to us that this was just not a sustainable situation. So with a little help from family, we began looking at the layout of our home. Going down the hallway, the first door you came to was the bathroom. The next door to that was a bedroom that had previously been Finn's room, but was no longer being used as both of our boys are now sharing the bedroom at the end of the hall. That was the entire hallway. The solution we settled on was to remove the middle bedroom and use that space to, one, enlarge the boys' shared bedroom by a few feet, and then to use the remaining space to expand the bathroom into a much larger space that would allow Finn to get around in his wheelchair much easier. Naturally, the project began with a tear out. We tore out doors, we tore out the sink, the toilet, the bathtub, we tore out walls, we tore out flooring, and then it was time to begin reframing walls in new locations. We even tore out a window on the front of the house that used to be located in the shower. From there, we began reframing all the walls to design a space that was not just going to be good for now, but for many years to come. One of the biggest changes in this project began with turning the old bathroom space into what we now call the wet room. In the wet room, there is a completely open, zero barrier shower area that Finn can roll directly into and out of in his wheelchair if he needs to. There's also a bench for him to transfer onto to sit. There's still a bathtub, and at that bench, there's a corded shower head and the controls for the shower water that has a diverter so he can control whether it goes to the shower head or his corded wand that he can use himself. This whole area is tiled with a central drain and then tile on the walls to keep it all nice and waterproof. So this now works for the whole family. Shower space for Finn that's accessible to him, shower space for the rest of the family, and as my wife required, the bathtub remains because, as many of you know, after a long day of being a caregiver, a nice soak in a hot bath is a great way to relax. Now, outside of the wet room, in the space that used to be the bedroom, we have the dry room. That's the part of the bathroom where we do all of our other daily tasks. Obviously the toilet, but we also included a double sink. One sink has cabinet space underneath for storage, but the other sink is open underneath so that Finn can get up to it in his wheelchair. We also have the two vanity mirrors that can be tilted so it angles down so that even down in a wheelchair, Finn can still see himself and allowing him to do whatever care he needs to get ready. There is also a storage cabinet next to the sinks, and there is room for a changing table as Finn still needs to have some of those cares done. Next to the sink is a storage cabinet for all of our other bathroom supplies like towels and washcloths and medicines, along with grab bars by the toilet, which will allow Finn to learn to transfer himself onto the toilet for bathroom needs. All in all, this design gives him space to move around in his wheelchair and just provides him with space to be more independent in the future, while allowing the rest of us to operate as usual. One of the choices we made for that room is we put in a pocket door to enter the bathroom from the hallway instead of a hinged door. We believe this will be easier for Finn to operate from seated in a wheelchair. He can lean forward to slide it open, wheel in, turn around, and slide it closed again, and it should be easier than a hinged door. It also prevents the hinged door from taking up space in the room when it's open. For lighting, we went with LED disc lights in the ceiling and some very cool LED lights above the vanity mirrors. I chose to go with a motion sensor for the lights for the main part of the bathroom, just to make it one less thing that Finn has to operate as he comes and goes. While we were doing this project, we also replaced the flooring in the entire first floor of the house. A few years ago, we did a remodel and we put down vinyl plank flooring, and it didn't hold up because it was put on padding and it was a click-lock style flooring. Finn's wheelchair seemed to have put a lot of pressure on those seams where they click together, and it stressed them, cracked them, and they broke over time. Our floor was getting bad in numerous places, and it was only about 3 years old. We loved the look of the vinyl plank flooring, so we replaced it with something similar, but this time we went with a glue-down solution. With it glued down, it's directly to the subfloor and should have no flex at all. Hopefully this will hold up a lot better than the previous. At the end of this project, what we have really gained is not just new bathroom space. It's improved independence for Finn, it's a more comfortable space for us to operate in and live in, and it's a space that is designed to grow and benefit us for a long time. If you are in a similar situation, thinking about remodeling to improve the accessibility in your home, my one piece of advice would be take your time and plan ahead. It's easy to make decisions of what you need now, but it will pay off to plan ahead and think about what you may need in the future. This project wasn't small and it wasn't simple. It involved us being out of our house and staying with our in-laws for about 4 months, but it was totally worth it. Thank you for watching. I hope you've learned some things, maybe gotten some ideas. If you have any questions or thoughts on what we did or questions about what we did, please feel free to reach out in the comments. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. We appreciate it.